Hello everyone! Welcome for today's presentation on frequency distribution. Frequency distribution is a statistical tool used to summarize and analyze data. It helps us to understand data patterns, identify trends, and make informed decisions. Introduction. In statistics, a frequency distribution is a table that displays the frequency of various outcomes in a sample. Each entry in the table contains the frequency or count of the occurrences of values within a particular group or interval. And in this way, the table summarizes the distribution of values in the sample, Aishwarya 2016. So, what is frequency? A frequency distribution is a table or graph showing the frequency of different values or categories in a data set. It displays the number of occurrences of each value or categories. There are two main types of frequency distribution. First is relative frequency distribution, shows proportion or percentages. Second is cumulative frequency distribution. Cumulative frequency distribution displays running totals. So this is the example of cumulative frequency distribution. Let's explore relative frequency distribution. A frequency distribution where each of the class frequencies is divided by the total number of observations. It expresses frequencies as proportion or percentages, useful for comparing distribution across different samples or populations. For example, analyzing voting preferences by demographic groups. Cumulative frequency distribution. Technically, a cumulative frequency distribution is the sum of the class and all classes below in a frequency distribution. That all means is you're adding up a value and all of the values that came before it. Cumulative relative frequency is a statistical calculation figured by adding together previously tabulated relative frequencies that makes a running total along a frequency table. The relationship between cumulative frequency and relative frequency is given by. So this is the formula of cumulative relative frequency. Cumulative relative frequency multiplied by cumulative frequency and divided by the sample size. Graphic presentation of frequency distribution. Frequency distribution can be visualized using histogram, polygons, and cumulative frequency graph. This visualization facilitate data understanding. Steps to a problem. Step 1. Make a table with categories, names, and counts. So, for example, pet types, dog, cat, fish, and others. Step 2. Add a second column called relative frequency. So, that is the example. To find the cumulative frequency, follow the steps above to create a relative frequency distribution table. As a final step, add up the relative frequencies in another column. Advantages and limitation of frequency distribution. Condense and summarize large amount of data in a useful format. Describe all variables types. Facilitate graphic presentation of data. Begin to identify population characteristics. Permit cautious comparison of data sets. There are a few methods can use in formulating class intervals from 5 to 10 or over 55 and less than 30. And conclusion, a frequency distribution is a powerful statistical tool. It simplifies complex data, revealing valuable insights, and understanding distribution enhances data and analyze capabilities. That's all. Thank you.